Hi there and welcome into the Cougars Sports Network as we bring you softball here on a Tuesday in Santa Clarita. Glendale and College of the Canyons hooking it up here in WSC-South play. I am Matt Robinson, glad to have you as always with us here on the network. Now, College of the Canyons coming off a tough loss on Friday against Ventura. A very tight ball game, a 2-1 loss for College of the Canyons. They didn't score any runs until the 7th inning of the ball game. They got a solo home run in that game from Avery Alvarez in the 7th to start the game off. Had second and third with one away and could not drive in the tying run. Ended up falling to 18-17 on the year. 5-4 in conference play. They are coming off a conference win against LA Mission. They've won their last two conference games, including a win over Antelope Valley all the way back on April 3rd. So it's been kind of a schedule where you get into conference, you get out of conference, you get back into conference, and trying to make it 2 wins over Glendale this season. Best Canyons can really finish this year is probably 3rd in the conference realistically. It's Bakersfield 8-2, Antelope Valley 7-2. So you're looking at probably the highest you could get is up to 8-2 on, or excuse me, 5-4 right now. Best you can probably get to is about 7-4 on the season. As the starting lineup for Glendale today, we'll bring you the Vaquero lineup here. Kat Anzalone will lead things off, followed by Tati Pisa. Then Annalise Ruiz in the 3 spot. Isabel Mendoza, excuse me, the DP. Nazeli Zarabian, the 3rd baseman in the 5 spot. Brianna Payne. Then Valerie Juarez, Emma Mendoza batting 8th, and Mallory Smith batting 9th. They will face Akane Gonzalez, who has been really the ace this year for the squad. Her and Nicole Murrow have both had opportunities in the circle, but it's been Gonzalez who's had the better of it a little bit this year. 10-8 with a 3.42 ERA and 129 innings pitched, 73 runs allowed, 44 walks, and 46 strikeouts. Canyon's not a high strikeout team this season, just has not been part of what the pitching staff does this year for the Cougars. As we are ready to get underway here, umpires are ready to go. The home plate umpire today, Scott Matthews, the field umpire, Bill Hepler, excuse me. As Glendale will start with Kat Anzalone. Trying to bunt on the first pitch up the third base side. Not in time on the throw from Alexia Mejia. And Anzalone has an infield base hit on a bunt single to start the game off. The leadoff runner aboard here for Glendale. Didn't even get a chance to give you Anzalone's average, which has been excellent this year. She's hit on the season .458. So she has a base hit. Tati Pisa will stand in now. Pisa batting .352 on the year from the right side with 4 doubles, 3 triples, and 3 home runs as she takes a called strike. Defensively for College of the Canyons, we'll get you set here in just a second. Gonzalez back in the circle, ready to go. As it's a cloudy day, a little bit of breeze. Not quite as hot as it was the other day. This ball lifted into shallow left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Not much either Vierick or Petretti could do for Canyons. Glendale has 2 runners on here to lead off the ball game. Canyons defensively, Vierick in left, Reese in center, Diaz in right. Jimenez, Vanoli, Petretti, and Mejia from right to left in the infield with Lopez behind the dish as the flex today. So 2 on, nobody out. Back-to-back singles to start the ball game for Glendale. And Annalise Ruiz will step in. Ruiz has been the go-to starting pitcher for Sal Pizzo, the head coach for Glendale. And she's been good out of the 3 spot as well. Batting .323 on the year. Just 4 extra base hits as she shows bunt. Bunts it in the air on the infield, but it's going to get down. The only play for Akane Gonzalez is first. So a well-placed sacrifice bunt from Ruiz. 1 away here in the inning. Glendale with a chance to score here to start the ball game off. As Nazeli Zarabian will step in now. Zarabian .304 on the year, 24 hits and 79 at bats, but does not have an extra base hit yet this season. Second and third here after Anzalone and Pisa both singled to start the ball game. So Gonzalez in a little bit of trouble here early on. Spins one in for a strike on the outside corner. One ball and one strike the count here to Zarabian. Since April 1st, Zarabian, 5 of her last 18 with a couple of RBIs and a couple of walks. She struggled from January 24th to March 1st, so the first real month and a handful of days of the season. Just 3 hits in her first 27 at-bats. Then turned it on through the month of March. That's what's gotten the average up to 304. 16 for 36 in the month of March. Only drove in 1 run during that time. Had an 8-game hitting streak in there during that as well. She's well ahead here, 3 balls and 1 strike as Gonzalez in danger of walking the bases loaded, and she does. Issues her first pass of the ball, free pass of the ball game. The base is loaded here. And actually, that was Isabel Mendoza, excuse me. I was actually looking at the wrong spot in the lineup, so we apologize. Here's Zarabian now standing in. So we gave you all the stats on Zarabian. Give you Mendoza's the next time around. And the first pitch hits Zarabian in the elbow, and Glendale has a 1-0 lead just like that. So not the start Akane Gonzalez wanted here today. Walks Mendoza, hits Zarabian after she gave up a couple of singles. The bases stay loaded, and Brianne Payne will come in here. Brianna Payne, 245 hitter on the year. A double, a triple, and a home run. Right now riding a 3-game hitting streak. Only 1 away here in the inning. Bases loaded, 1 run across for Glendale. These two teams met back on the 20th of March. Canyons won 10-4 on the road at the Glendale Sports Complex. Carroll's trying to return the favor here to Canyons today at Whitten Field. That pitch in for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. So not at all the start Canyons was looking for here. Good pitch from Akane Gonzalez to get Payne to chase up and away. Payne just able to stay alive as she fouls one back. One of 2 games here on the channel this week. We'll have baseball on Thursday against Antelope Valley. And then 2 more games the following week, Thursday or Tuesday softball, Thursday baseball. That'll be the end of our regular season slate here for the 2024-25 semesters. Or school year, we should say. We'll get ready for football again in the fall after that. Maybe potentially a softball playoff matchup if they are to host here, maybe in a play-in game or a series. We will have to see. We wait again on the 3-2. Gonzalez. Scratch that. It was a 2-2. Scoreboard said 3-2, but it indeed was a 2-2. So now we'll go 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Payne. Gonzalez needing an out right here. Ball lifted in the air towards left field. That's going to get over the head of Vierick. It should score at least 2. They're going to try and hit Zarabian to third. She will get there. A 2-run double for Payne. And Glendale has a 3-0 lead. And now Canyon's going to come together to talk to Akane Gonzalez here. So a rocky start here for Akane Gonzalez, who over her last 3 has been really good. And really, when you look, over her last 4 had only allowed 8 runs in 27 innings, but gives up 3 here in the first. And now she faces Valerie Juarez. Juarez 200 on the year. It's a couple of doubles, just 14 hits and 70 at bats. So this ball lifted down the line in left. Going to be a tough play for Vierick as it'll get down foul. Vierick made a nice play down the line in left against Ventura on Friday. Canyon's outfield defense really since kind of moving things around a bit, getting Krista Vierick into the starting lineup, putting Grace Diaz out in right. Then you put Mia Reese out there in center. The outfield defense has been great this year in the latter half. All 3 of them just 3 errors apiece. And all 3 willing to leave their feet, make some plays. We've seen Diaz do it. We've seen Mia Reese out in center as well. This ball lifted down the line and left again. This time we'll get out of play. Really defensively for Canyons this season, it hasn't been a great defense in terms of numbers. A .950 fielding percentage is 28th in the state. 49 errors is 35th most in the state. Only 5 double plays turned. So this ball lifted in the air towards shallow left center field. Vierick makes the catch. She'll throw towards the plate. It is not in time, as getting in under the tag is Juarez. And so it's a sacrifice, or excuse me, under the tag is Zarabian. So it's a sacrifice fly for Juarez. There's 2 away here in the inning. So a 4-run first here for Glendale, just about as good as you could dial it up. It's Anzalone and Pisa have both scored. Mendoza and Zarabian, who were free passes, have both come in. And Payne now stands at 3rd, with Emma Mendoza up at the plate, trying to bring her home. Mendoza, a .220 hitter on the year, hits it on the line right at Skylar Vanoli, who's standing at second base to make the play. But 4 runs across for Glendale here in the first. Excellent start for the Vaqueros as they get to Akane Gonzalez to the tune of 4 runs on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left on base, a half an inning in the books. Canyon's coming up. Canyon's lineup today. Little change for John Wismath in the starting lineup in terms of the batting order today. Yahali Gonzalez will lead things off. Mia Reese in the 2 spot today, moving up from the 9 spot where she's spent most of the season. Then Janice Jimenez stays at 3rd. Krista Vierick in the cleanup spot. Brooke Petretti, the shortstop in the 5 spot. Grace Diaz batting 6th. Alexia Mejia in there batting 7th. Akane Gonzalez, the pitcher, will bat 8th. And Skylar Vanoli, the second baseman, will bat 9th for College of the Canyons today. They will face Annalise Ruiz, who's getting the start today. For Ruiz, it'll be her 24th start of the year. 9-15 on the season for Ruiz, with a .557 earned run average. This is, she's pitched 129 and a 3rd innings so far this season, giving up 211 hits, 145 runs. Just 103 of those have been earned, with 49 walks and 76 strikeouts. Opposing hitters hitting .355 against her this season. She's gone complete game 14 times this year. Really has been the heavy starter, the ace of the staff for Sal Pizzo. Defensively for Glendale, you can see the setup today. Payne in right, Anzalone in center, Smith in left, with Juarez, Mendoza, Pisa, and Zorabian from right to left on the infield, and Oriel behind the dish. Yahali Gonzalez will start things off here for College of the Canyons. Gonzalez, one of the state leaders in walks this season. 28 walks, second most in the state of California. Not afraid to get deep into counts as she takes a call and strike on the first pitch. Gonzalez hitting .302 on the year. Led Thursday's game off against LA Mission with an inside-the-park home run for Canyons, her first career home run. One of only 4 extra base hits for her on the year. But a good table center for John Wismath and company. Not afraid to get deep into counts, battle with 2 strikes. That's kind of been her MO all year. As you look for Gonzalez, 28 walks, 15 strikeouts, but strikeout numbers may seem high, but again, she's deep in a lot of counts. Nearly every count she gets into, every time she's up at the plate. It's a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitch at bat. She waits on a 2-1, takes again, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. It's hard to get her to chase outside the zone. That's what she's been so good at this year, is staying inside the strike zone and making sure the opposing pitcher has to be in that position. And once again, Yahali Gonzalez starts the game off with a walk, the leadoff runner aboard here for Canyons. 29 walks now on the season for Yahali Gonzalez. So here's Mia Reese. Had a triple against Ventura in the 7th inning of the Friday game. This ball gets away from Oriole. This is a ball that gets by Oriole that gives Yahali Gonzalez second base. So speed out there in scoring position for Canyons as they try and chip away at a 4-0 first inning Glendale lead. Reese shows bunt, now pulls it back, hits it on the ground towards second base. Mendoza scoops and fires. It's a productive out for Mia Reese, though, as she hits it on the right side of the infield. So she's retired 4-3 for the first out here of the first inning. And here's Janice Jimenez, who is the leader offensively for Canyons this year. Jimenez, .417 on the season. She's slugging 676 with a .500 on base. She's 31st in slugging percentage. She's got 10 doubles, 6 triples, 2 home runs, and 32 runs batted in. She's been on a little bit of a slump as of late, kind of been pressing things a touch. Snapped an 11-game hitting streak against LA Mission. Didn't have a hit in 4 at-bats against Ventura. 0 for her last 6 here at Whitten Field in the last 2 games. And I think some of it is really for Janice Jimenez kind of pressing herself a little bit here instead of letting the game come to her. And she's such a good hitter. That's one of those things that you learn, just a freshman, but kind of just need to let them come to you, not try and force things, as eventually if you kind of sit and make them execute pitches, somebody's going to make a mistake and you've got a chance to jump on it and drive it somewhere. That's what Jimenez has been so good at this year. She's behind in the count here, 1 ball, 2 strikes as she fouled the last pitch away. Waits on the pitch, hits this one softly on the ground towards second base as it was in off the hands. And it's going to drive in a run, so Canyons gets 1. As it's an RBI ground out for Jimenez here. Score at 4-3, does the job. And now we reset the inning with 2 away here, and Krista coming to the plate. One of the 2 lefties in the lineup, 356 on the season. Has been a pleasant surprise. She'll have a base hit on a chopper that gets over the third baseman Zarabian's head. And so Vierick resets the inning here with a base hit. So Canyons with a runner on board. Here's Brooke Petretti. Petretti has come alive over the last half a month. Struggled a little bit through the middle part of the season, but on a 3-game hitting streak right now. 5 for her last 10, 15 for her last 44. Takes a called strike, and the count is even at 1-1. We'll see if Canyons runs. We didn't talk about it with Yahali Gonzalez at first, but the Cougars are a heavy running offense. 118 stolen bases on the year on 130 attempts. They're number 1 in both those categories. Petretti swings and misses on a good pitch. A little off speed that time from Ruiz to get her to swing and miss for strike 2. The Cougars have only been caught 12 times this year. Consider all those attempts, 130 attempts. That is about as solid as you can get. They steal 90% of the bases they attempt to take. This one hit on the ground, and it's a foul ball up the first base line. So we'll reset here with Petretti back at the plate on a 2-2 count. Glendale 4 in the first off 3 hits, including an RBI double from Payne. Canyons getting 1 back here in their half of the first, but now hitting with 2 away as Petretti lifts this one in the air, playable on the infield for Mendoza, who's camped under it. So a quiet inning for Canyons, only 1 across in the first as Annalise Ruiz leaves the inning with a 4-1 lead. We'll go to the second here. Glendale sending 9-1 and 2 to the plate when we come back.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Top half of the second here. Glendale will send 9-1 and 2 to the plate, as it'll be Mallory Smith to lead things off. Smith, .235 hitter this season. Just 8 hits and 34 at bats. Kana Gonzalez trying to settle back in. Starts seating off with a called strike, and we are underway here in the second. 4-1s for Glendale in the first if you're just joining us. Canyons with one of their own to answer in their half of the first inning. This ball fouled into the screen. No balls and 2 strikes here to Smith. Smith, her best game of the year actually was just recently on the 12th against Grossmont. Game number 1 of a doubleheader. Went 3 for 3 with a home run and a triple in the ballgame. Drove in 3. The first 12 games of the year didn't have a hit and 7 at bats. Draws into the lineup here. From Castaic High School, local product from the Santa Clarita Valley. So in her backyard, so to speak, today. family and friends in attendance here for Smith. As she waits on a 1-2. Hits this one softly towards second base. Vanoli there to make the play. So one away here. We go back to the top of the order. Ken Anzalone will step in. Anzalone 458 on the year. Now 50 hits on the season and 108 at bats. She's scored 38 runs this year. She's on an 8-game hitting streak, including today now with that single in the first. 13 for her last 24, with 8 runs scored in that time. All of her extra base hits this season, which are 7 of them, all came between March 11th and March 29th. Interesting little stat there. Since the 20th of March, she's 23 for 46 with a home run, a couple of doubles, a triple, and 5 runs batted in. She has been almost unstoppable out of the leadoff spot. As she's behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. For Anzalone, that's the one knock, is the 15 strikeouts, much like Yahali Gonzalez in the leadoff spot for Canyons. For Anzalone, the only 14 free passes earned this season, as the lefty slap hitter fouls it away. See that run ahead from her. Is that what makes it so hard for the defense? Just chop it on the floor and use your speed. Hope the defense can't pick you up and throw you out. This one lifted in the air, though. Jimenez camped under it. And that's a great pitch from Akane Gonzalez to get the leadoff hitter to pop up on the infield. 2 down, and Tati Pisa will stand in now. Pisa singled and scored in the first. 33 hits now on the year for her. Nine extra base hits for her on the season, including a team-high 3 home runs. Has some pop. Since the 15th of March for Pisa, she's 20 of 49 with a couple of home runs, 4 doubles and a triple, 17 runs batted in with 14 runs scored, not including today, of course. She lifts this one in the air towards left center field, and that's where Mia Reese patrols. If you get it up in the air high enough, Mia Reese will run under it generally, and she does right there. So 1-2-3 inning here for Akane Gonzalez as she sets down the side in order. Canyons will send 6, 7, and 8 to the plate in the second inning when we come back here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
Bottom half of the second here. Grace Diaz to lead things off for Canyons. 281 on the year for Diaz. 27 hits in 96 at-bats with 1 double. A little bit of a struggle over her last 3, just 1 hit in her last 7 at-bats. After she had a 5-game hitting streak going into the month of April. Trying to settle herself back in here. Canyon's base runner here in the second, trailing 4-1. Two balls and one strike to count here to Diaz. As Reese pitching with a 3-run lead now. Our offense snanked her to a 4-run lead in the first. This one hit softly back up the middle, but perfectly placed as it was just past Annalise Ruiz, and Diaz has a base hit. The leadoff runner aboard for Canyons here in the second inning. Here's Alexia Mejia. Mejia now hitting 300 on the year, 12 for 40. Didn't have a lot of at-bats early on in the season. She's been in the lineup, though, because of her defensive capabilities at third. She is an excellent defending third baseman. Hitting down in the 7th spot here. We'll see if John Wismath decides to run Diaz. At this point, no. Diaz, when stealing, 4 for 4 so far in the season. One ball, no strikes here to Alexia Mejia. Takes down and in. Canyon's trying to get to Ruiz here in this second, trailing 4-1 now. Chipped one away in the first. Mejia showing bunt, takes a strike. Now she's bunting, but bunts it foul. So now it goes back to 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll take off any plays that John Wismath had in here. Canyons has grounded into 5 double plays this year, but Glendale's has not turned a single one yet this season. The Glendale defense has had issues at times this year. 76 errors, 5th most in the 3C2A. A 917 fielding percentage. They'll get an out here though, as Mejia pops up to Juarez. So Ruiz gets the first out of the inning on a pop-up. Mejia unable to advance Grace Diaz. Here's Akane Gonzalez. When you look for Glendale, the left side of the infield has had some rough days this season. Pisa and Zarabian with 13 and 12 errors on the year. So this ball hits softly on the ground towards short. Pisa to throw to first, just in time to get Akane Gonzalez. So now 2 away as the wind picking up a little bit here, starting to swirl around. And now Skylar Vanoli will come to the plate. Trying to pick up Grace Diaz now from second. But only 250 on the year. Over her last 2 games, just 1 for 7, but she's hit the ball hard. Pretty much all 7 times. Is swinging the bat much better over the last couple of weeks. Has been struggling really since February 25th. Just 8 of 66 on the season. Or since that time this season. But again, like we said the other day, both against LA Mission and against Ventura, swung the bat much better. Was hitting the ball hard, just was not getting the luck that sometimes is required to get on base. Takes a call and strike on a 2-0 pitch. This time hits a 1-hopper at short. Pisa knocks it down, ranging to her left. And again, Vanoli hits the ball hard, just unlucky. Hitting it right near the shortstop. Pisa is able to make the play. So Canyons leaves a runner aboard here in the second inning. No runs, a hit, and 1 left on. 2 full in the books, 4-1 in favor of Glendale.
Make hosting your next event easy with the Dr. Diane G. Van Hook University Center. With over 30 meeting spaces, wireless video teleconferencing capabilities, food service, and technical support available, the University Center has everything you need to make your next event shine. Conveniently located near the 5 and 14 freeways in Santa Clarita, the University Center offers easy access to local airports and many attractions, making it the ideal meeting place for everyone. To learn more about our rental options or to book now, visit canyons.edu/University Center.
Appreciate it. What you doing today? Okay. See you later. Annalise Ruiz, Isabel Mendoza, and Natalie Zarabian scheduled up here for Glendale in the top half of the 3rd inning. Scoreboard reset there for you. Ruiz, a sacrifice bunt in her first plate appearance. Takes a called strike, 1-1. Ruiz 323 on the year. 30 for 93 with 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles and a triple. Softly hits this one on the ground. Vanoli needs to get there quickly, picks it up. Underhands, but not in time. And so Ruiz has an infield hit. So leadoff runner aboard here for Glendale again. And now Isabel Mendoza, who walked in her first plate appearance, comes to the plate. The DP 325 on the year. 26 for 80 with 4 extra base hits, 2 doubles and 2 triples. Swings at the first pitch, lifts it in the air towards shallow center. That one gets down, but having to hold up was Ruiz, and Reese able to get the go-ahead runner. So an 8-6 out at second base. Mendoza on with a single, but a rare time where a base hit doesn't amount to 2 runners on, as just not much Ruiz can do. The ball was softly hit enough that Reese couldn't get there, but had an easy play to pick it up and just fire it to second. Here's the Arabian, hit by a pitch. Back in the first, came around to score. Takes away and is way ahead here. 2 balls, no strikes. Good pitch that time from Gonzalez to get herself back in the count. Just above the hands of Zarabian. That's one of the tougher pitches to hit. Under the hands and just above the hands, really tough in softball, especially how tight a lot of hitters stand at the plate. This one fouled back to the screen. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Gonzalez back in the count here. Talk about a lot. That's really, especially how tight a lot of hitters sit in softball, where the ball comes from out of the pitcher's hands. You can hit the string right there under the hands. It's really tough to hit. See it right there is pretty much all that Zarabian could do with that one is fight it off foul. But all you can do in those instances when a pitcher makes a good pitch, either fight it off or go back to the dugout, one or the other. That one misses away. So the count goes 3-2 here. Good pitch from Gonzalez, her first strikeout of the ball game. It's that little rise up over the hands for 2 away. Here's Brianna Payne, doubled in her first at-bat. Second double of the year for Payne, just her 13th hit of the season. But a damage-doing double as it scored a couple of runs, brought home Mendoza and Zarabian. Or excuse me, brought home Pisa and Mendoza. It's a big swing and a pitch up near the letters, fouls it away. So good at bat from Payne in her first at bat. Battled against Gonzalez, had a couple of strikes against her, and then took the ball out to left center field over the head of Krista Vierik. Piece of opposite field hitting that time, something really we've heard John Wismath preach a lot about to his hitters. Live up the middle, live the other way. Good pitch from Gonzalez on the string that time under the hands for a called strike. Such a hard thing to do, too, as a hitter, is to try and really live to the opposite field gap. Hear it a lot in baseball as well. A lot of guys will say when they're going good, as this one popped up straight back over our heads. A lot of guys, when they say they're going good, they're hitting the ball to the opposite field in the power alley. So if you're a left-handed hitter to left center field, if you're a right-handed hitter to right center. Translates the same here to softballs. We went on a 2-2 to Payne. Pull side is always there. It's that trying to not do too much with the pitch. Payne again in another battle here against Akane Gonzalez. So again, we go 2-2. Payne hits this one softly on the ground. Vanoli this time better positioned, scoops it and fires. And that'll end the inning. So a couple of singles, but nobody past second base. 4-1 as we go to the home half of the third inning here from Whitten Field.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
Top of the order here for Canyons in this third inning. Kana Gonzalez, Mia Reese, and Janice Jimenez due up to face Annalise Ruiz, who's still holding a 4-run lead. Gave up a run in the first after Yahali Gonzalez walked and was pressed around to score after she got to second with a pass ball and a couple of ground balls brought her in. One ball, one strike to count. This one fouled away. One ball, two strikes to count here to Yahali Gonzalez. Ruiz trying to get her to chase. We talked about this with Gonzalez in her first at bat, though. She's got pretty good command of the strike zone. Doesn't chase a lot of pitches that are outside the zone. I think on all her strikeouts this year, at least the ones we've seen here at home, it's been pitches in the zone that have just beat her. A better pitch in the zone than she was able to come up with. You see it there, just fouls one away. This top really four in the group. Usually the same with Gonzalez, Reese, Jimenez, Vierik. Even put Petretti in there. Very calm at the plate, too. So this one lifted in the air towards left center field. That's going to get over the head of Smith. Out in left, actually. Gonzalez going to try for third. Relay throw not going to be in time. Yahali Gonzalez in with a stand-up triple to lead off the inning. For Gonzalez, her second triple of the season. And Canyon's speed comes in handy as she gets it over the head of the left fielder Smith. A ball that started towards left center and then twisted back and landed actually straight over the head of Smith. So Canyons with a golden opportunity, a runner at third here with nobody out. Mia Reese at the plate. Speed from Yahali Gonzalez at third. So a fly ball would score her. A ground ball up the middle would do the same. Reese 0 for 1, grounded to second. Her first at bat back in the first. Indians with a good start here to this third inning. Reese way ahead here, 2-0. Now looking one spot. Reese, a big triple in the seventh inning against Ventura. Smoked a ball out to left center field. Takes a strike. Again, just a freshman, but so very calm. And this bodes well for Canyons going into next season with the group of freshmen that's in there in the lineup every day. Reese hits this one on the ground towards first. It kicks off the glove of Juarez. She's able to pick it up just in time to get Mia Reese. But it's an RBI ground out. Canyons gets a run as Gonzalez scores. Dangerous that time for Juarez, playing with fire there. As even at first base, Mia Reese can fly and made it a close play. Here's Janice Jimenez, grounded second, her first at bat as well. Drove in a run, was able to bring home Yahali Gonzalez. Jimenez, 0 for her last 7 now. Still leads the team in most offensive categories. Swings and hits this one foul up the third base line. Here we go, 18 total extra base hits on the season for her. It's just a matter of, again, just letting the game come to her a little bit more. That ball barreled up, but foul. You like that swing a little bit better than what we've seen over the last handful of at-bats. And again, kind of just some of those, we'll say, freshman growing pains out of the freshman from Granada Hills Charter. Good takedown below the knees. She's scored a run 27 times this season in games. She can run very well as well. 23 for 24 on the bases this season. So if you get her on, she's dangerous on base as well. And again, barrels one up, just barrels it up foul. Sometimes even that is what you just need to get going here a little bit, is you need that ability to just see the ball with hard contact off the bat. Even if it doesn't result in a hit. Just kind of get your confidence back up that, yeah, I can still do this at the plate. Good job to work the count to 3-2 here. Eric waits in the on-deck circle. Canyons with a run across here in the third has made it 4-2. Should give Glendale the run. We'll switch that around. And Jimenez will work a walk. So actually for Janice Jimenez, just the first time in the last 3 games that she's reached first base successfully. So even that, just a change here. So she's aboard with a 1-out walk. Krista Vierik will come to the plate, takes called strike. Vierik singled on a chopper over the head of Zarabian back in the first inning. See if Jimenez gets pressed into motion. She does. This will be up the middle, though, for Vierik for a base hit, as Mendoza could not get there. So Vierik a couple of base hits here in the ball game. And now Canyons in business once again with runners on first and second, and one away for Brooke Petretti. So Vierik now 33 hits on the season. Her 31st game. She's only started 26 now, or her 32nd game, I should say. She's only started 26. So no pitch. There was music was still playing. So we'll reset the count here. No balls, no strikes. Runners in motion here. That ball thrown out into left field. And Jimenez is going to get a stolen base and a run scored. So a double steal for Canyons works. Jimenez now with her 24th stolen base of the year. Vierik picks up her, 11th? And then an error on the catcher, Oriole, her 4th of the year. This ball hit in the air towards right field. Playable for Payne, who makes the catch. Vierik going to tag and head to third. It's a fly ball out. It's a productive out for Petretti. She's 0 for 2 now in the ball game. And now Grace Diaz, who had a single back in the second inning to lead off the inning, comes to the plate with a chance to try and even the ball game at 4, as all of a sudden it's a 4-3 ball game here. Diaz picking up her 28th hit of the year in that second inning. Sixth hitter to the plate here in the third. Indians with 2 runs across. Started with the Yahali Gonzalez triple. And then a Mia Reese ground ball that scored her. Jimenez walked, Vierik singled. The double steal ended up bringing home a run off an error. And now Diaz, a hard line drive right at Mendoza, who makes the play. That'll end the inning. Canyons, though, gets 2. They're back in the ball game. It's 4-3 as we go to the 4th gear from Whitten Field. Top half of the fourth. Canyons with a couple of runs in the third. Glendale sending Orez, Mendoza, and Smith to the plate. Orez a sacrifice fly ball, drove in a run back in the first inning. Vaqueros 4 runs on 5 hits. An error, and they've left 2 on base. Canyons so far, 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base. Connie Gonzalez, after a rough first inning, has settled in a little bit. Gave up a couple of hits in the third. Not uncommon, though, for Gonzalez in terms of giving up hits. It's just been the runs that has been the good part over the last 4 games before today. In those 4 starts where she only allowed 8 runs, she gave up 27 hits, so a hit an inning. And only had 8 strikeouts in that time. She's behind in the count 3-1 here. Walks have been an issue for Canyons as a group this season. Gonzalez, 2 walks, or 1 walk today, 1 strikeout today. So 2 more strikeouts than walks on the season. This ball lifted in the air towards left field. Coming over is Krista Vierik to make the catch. 1 away. So 1 down, Emma Mendoza coming to the plate. Lined out softly to second base in her first at-bat. For Gonzalez this season, like we said, 129 innings pitched coming into today. She's got complete game just 9 times this year. Or 7 or more innings just 9 times this year. She's had 11 complete games. Some of those 5-inning affairs. This one fouled away. It's her 18th start of the year. And while she gives up a lot of hits, all things considered, 138 hits. Only a 270 average against her. This one hit on the ground towards Petretti, and it goes right between her legs. 16th error of the season on Brooke Petretti. For Canyons, the middle infield defense at times has struggled this year. You see it right there. Petretti now with 16 errors. Vanoli with just 6, but those 2 the highest error numbers on the team this year defensively. So it'll extend the inning just a bit with Mallory Smith here. She's trying to bunt, bunts it foul. This ball bunted up the first base side. Jimenez needs to pick it up and tag the runner, and Smith does. So a successful sacrifice bunt for Mallory Smith. Now 2 away. We go back to the top of the order with Anzalone, who's 1 for 2 today. Trying to pick up a run for Glendale here as Mendoza stands out at second base. This one hit on the ground. Vanoli, a diving stop. Not going to be in time to get Anzalone. They're going to try and score the runner. She is not in time as the throw beats Mendoza to the plate. Lopez able to do a good job blocking the plate after she catches it, and that will end the inning. So Vanoli saves the run with a diving stop. It's a base hit scored for Anzalone. Salpizo try to be aggressive and pick up a run. Gets Mendoza cut down at the plate, 4-2 for the 3rd out of the inning. And we go to the home half of the 4th in a 1-run ball game here from Whitten Field. So Canyon's going to pinch hit here as we go to work in the 4th inning. Avery Alvarez is going to come in to hit here for Alexia Mejia. Alvarez, a solo home run in the 7th inning for Canyons against Ventura on Friday. John Wismath hoping for some similar pop here from Alvarez. Alvarez this season, 233 on the year, but now 2 home runs after that big fly to left field the other day. Takes inside, makes the count 2-1. Alvarez, another one of the freshmen for Canyons out of Saugus High School. Again, bodes well going into the future next year. A couple more pieces maybe coming in. This could be a very dangerous team. She chops this one up the middle. Good job by Ruiz to field her position. So 1 away. Canyons will go to Wakana Gonzalez here, who grounded a short in her first at bat. Bottom of the Canyons order so far, 7, 8, and 9 without a hit. Just the second time through the order for COC here. As Ruiz has done a good job for the most part holding down the offense, got into some trouble in the 3rd, but still holds a 4-3 lead. This one going to go off the glove of the second baseman, Mendoza, on a lazy fly ball. And so Akane Gonzalez aboard with an error on the second baseman. Mendoza, her 11th of the year. So Canyon's a base runner. And now Skylar Vanoli comes to the plate. Mendoza just didn't really move her feet quickly enough to get to that ball. Kind of tried to make a catch on the run. That's what results in the error. So here's Skylar Vanole. Grounded to short, hit a one-hopper that Pisa made an excellent play on. Connie Gonzalez, one of the few Cougars that does not do a lot of running, just 1 for 3 on the bases this year. Like the move from Wismath, moving Vanoli down in the lineup to take even more pressure off her. Had her hitting in the 2 spot. Like we said the other day, hit the ball hard both Thursday and Friday, just was hitting it right at people. I like moving her down even further, giving her even more freedom to just keep trying to swing her way out of it. Takes a call and strike. One away and a runner at first base here for Canyons. Vanoli a chopper towards short. Only play is going to be first base. It's going to be just in time to get Vanoli. Now it's Pisa to Juarez to record the out. 2 away. And we go back to the top of the order. Yahali Gonzalez coming back up. So Canyons still chasing 1. The tying run out at second base now here in the 4th inning. Cougars beat Glendale 10-4 out at the Glendale Sports Complex. Caro's trying to return the favor here at Whitten Field, leading 4-3 right now. Two balls and no strikes. Gonzalez has already worked a walk today. 1 for 1 with a couple of runs scored. And now sitting on a 3-0 pitch here. Now you're looking for a pitch that you can drive again. Try and tie the ball game up, otherwise take first base. And she will just do that, take first base. Second walk of the day issued to Yahali Gonzalez. 2 aboard here for Mia Reese with 2 away in the 4th inning. Reese 0 for 2, couple of soft ground balls to the right side. Takes a strike at the knees on the outer half, 0-1. Reese bunting here. Ruiz will pick it up. Throw to first, going to be in time to get Mia Reese. So tries to catch the defense napping. Ruiz fields her position well. That ends the inning. Canyons leaves 2 aboard here in the 4th. 1-run ball game as we go to the 5th. Top half of the 5th. Pisa, Ruiz, and Mendoza. Pisa last time flew out to left center field. Mia Reese making a nice running grab to take away a base hit from her. This ball hit in the air towards left field. Vierick running in will make the catch, 1 away.
You got this.
Here comes Annalise Ruiz. This ball popped up, it'll get out of play, off to the right. 1-2 from Gonzalez misses just away. Mendoza 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. This ball fouled off to the right again. So we'll stay here on a 1 ball, 2 strikes count. This ball popped up on the infield, and coming over is Avery Alvarez to make the play. So a nice play from Avery Alvarez, who stays in there defensively. First pitch swinging here is Mendoza, a pop-up on the infield. Vanoli, I don't think ever saw the ball. It's going to go as an infield hit here for Mendoza. I think maybe more of a miscommunication between Vanoli and Jimenez, maybe. So that'll extend the inning and brings Arabian up, who's been hit by a pitch and struck out today. Gonzalez making good pitches here in the inning. Just not helped out by the defense on that last play. I went in for a strike under the hands on Zarabian. No balls and 2 strikes to count here, so Gonzalez trying to get out of the inning. Little waste pitch that time, a spinner on the outside. This ball popped up right back to Akane Gonzalez, and she'll finish it off herself. So an infield fly ball single for Isabel Mendoza, but that's it. 4.5 in the books. Glendale still with a 4-3 lead as Canyons will send 3, 4, and 5 to the plate in their half of the 5th inning. Jimenez, Vieira, Petretti, 2 up for Canyons here, chasing 1 in the 5th inning. And Elise Ruiz is scattered 4 hits in the ball game. She's walked a couple, 3 to be exact, including Janice Jimenez, who came around to score. She swings at the first pitch. It's a 1-hopper to Pisa. Jimenez can fly. Forces a throw that pulls the First baseman off the bag. And we'll see what the official scoring is on this one. But Jimenez reaches. And now Krista Vierak, who's 2 for 2 today, comes to the plate. Jimenez running, has second base swiped rather easily. Give her 2 stolen bases now on the day. For Jimenez, now 25 steals on the year. And so now Vierak has a chance to drive in the tying run. She's way ahead now. He scored an infield hit for Jimenez. Vierak way ahead here, 3-0. So Ruiz finds herself in some early trouble here in the 5th. Vierak takes a strike on the outside corner. Now she swings and lifts the ball into center field. Anzalone drifting back will make the catch. Jimenez will move up to third. So it's a productive out for Vierak, and the tying run is 60 feet away for Canyons here in the 5th inning. So here's Petretti as the infield moves in 0 for 2 here. Where Vierak hit the ball well, just hit it the wrong person on the outfield. Anzalone has been perfect defensively this season. 37 putouts on the year now for her without an error. Petretti fouls it away, 1-1. Deep fly ball would score Jimenez. The infield is pinched down here for Glendale to try and cut down the run. As Canyons has trailed the whole way, trying to tie the game at 4 here in the 5th. Petretti a ground ball to second. It gets off the glove of Mendoza and out into right field. So we are tied at 4 here as Petretti does the job, drives in a run. And it brings us to Grace Diaz now. Who's 1 for 2 today. It's the ball game now tied at 4 here in the 5th inning. And Canyons still working with 1 away here. It's an error on the second baseman again, Mendoza. First second of the ball game, 3rd error of the game on Glendale. Ties us up at 4 apiece. See if John Wismath goes with some aggression here with Petretti on. She will run. Throw goes off of Petretti and stays on the infield. So a good break for Glendale, but Petretti into second base with a stolen base. For Brooke, her 16th on 17 attempts. 4 stolen bases now on the year. And the go-ahead run out at second base for Canyons here with 1 away for Grace Diaz, who swings and drives it into center field. That's a base hit. Petretti rounding. She will score before the Anzalone throw. Diaz with an RBI single, and Canyons takes a 5-4 lead here in the 5th. Good piece of hitting that time from Grace Diaz. Cougar offense coming alive here in the 5th. As now Avery Alvarez comes back up for her second at bat, swings and fouls the first pitch into the Glendale dugout. So the leadoff single for Jimenez, a stolen base, a fly ball that moved her to third, an error that pushed her to the plate, a stolen base for Petretti, and then the base hit from Grace Diaz. And that's the difference in the ball game right now at 5-4 in favor of Canyons here in the fifth. 1 ball, 1 strike to count here. Avery Alvarez, who waits, swings and hits it on the ground, foul. Diaz was in motion that time. Alvarez hits this one on the ground. It goes off the glove of Mendoza. Alvarez gonna be aboard. Tough play for Mendoza. Canyons at this point kind of picking on the second baseman. You think they're gonna let Akane Gonzalez hit here? John Wismath initially called her back, but score the Alvarez ball an error as well. So Gonzalez trying to help herself, shows bunt. Missed on the first one. Could take that time. One ball and 1 strike here. Gonzalez reached on an error in the fourth. Canyons trying to add more here to a 5-4 lead now. Gonzalez gonna help herself with a 2-strike double out into left center field. 1 run will score. Alvarez heading towards the plate. Gonzalez headed towards third. She's in with a stand-up triple. And Canyons stretches the lead. So Diaz and Alvarez both score. Canyons now leading 7-4. Gonzalez with her second triple of the season. And now they're going to hit for Skylar Vanole with Isabel Mena. John Wismath smelling a big inning here. Already 4 across. And a 7 hits and 31 at bats. A couple of extra base hits for her as well. Had a solo home run against Santa Ana on the 28th of February. It's been 20 games since she's done that. That's her only home run of the year. Has been limited on at bats, takes it. Way ahead here, 2 balls and no strikes. Takes that one under the hands. Pitch from Ruiz, who up until this inning had done a pretty good job scattering just 3 runs on 4 hits. Gives up 4 in the inning, and all of a sudden the script is flipped. It's 7-4 in favor of Canyons. Mena takes a strike at the knees under the hands again, and it's 0-2. It's interesting, John Wismeth had a Connie Gonzalez trying to bunt in her at bat. Got 2 strikes, kind of called to her and said, hey, relax now and just hit. Helped herself with a triple. Mena chases but fights it off. That's a good pitch from Ruiz, and just a better job from Mena to make sure she stays alive in the at bat here. That one hits Mena in the knee. So it'll put runners on first and third here. And they're going to re-enter Skylar Vanole here. And then a little uncomfortable running back towards the dugout. So you put Vanoli at first now, so a little bit of speed out there in Vanole. And Yahale Gonzalez back to the plate. 1 for 1 with a triple, 2 walks. Vanoli gonna get second base undisturbed from Glendale. So defensive indifference. Gonzalez hits a chopper up the middle. That's a base hit. Vanoli will try and score. Anzalone's throw goes off the catcher, Orel. And 2 runs come home. It's a base hit for Yahali Gonzalez, and then she moves all the way up to third on the speed. John Wismath was asking about obstruction. Doesn't matter. Skylar Vanoli scores anyway. But Oriel was out near the plate. Vanoli kind of danced around her a little bit here, but it's a base hit for Canyons. Now it's 9-4 as Gonzalez and Vanoli both score. Crazy speed from Yahali Gonzalez to move up to third base on the play. After the throw from Anzalone was in time to get Vanole, had Oriel held on to it, but she could not. And so now Canyons sniffing 8 after 5 potentially. Can try and walk it off here. Reese, the 9th batter to the plate, still just 1 away. Reese bunting again. Ruiz to the plate, not in time as Gonzalez scores. They make it a 6-run ball game now. And now Salpizo coming out. They'll score a fielder's choice for Reese. We stay in the 5th inning now. And Janice Jimenez comes to the plate. And she actually represents the game-winning run here. So a defensive change here for Glendale. It's actually just taking the DP Isabel Mendoza and sticking her in the field. Runner in motion. Mia Reese has an easy stolen base. Don't get much easier than that for Mia Reese, who's now got 21 stolen bases on the year. So Isabel Mendoza now at first, as Juarez becomes the offensive player for Glendale. Jimenez way ahead here. Started the inning off with a single on the infield. Came around to score. Swings and fouls this one off to the right. Makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still just 1 away in the inning for Canyons. Remember, the run rule is 8 after 5, so the Cougars with that opportunity now. In a 10-4 ball game here in the 5th. Jimenez, a chopper on the ground. A diving stop attempt from Mendoza is not there. And Mia Reese, just speeding around the bases, comes in to score. So an RBI hit for Janice Jimenez. Canyons now with the game-winning run out at first base. And it looks like a pitching change coming. So Gabby Martinez-Niero will pitch here. It'll be her 10th appearance of the season. She'll take over here in the 5th with 1 away. And she'll face Krista Vierik, who hits for the 2nd time in the inning. And now Canyons with an opportunity to try and put this one away. Jimenez in motion. She's in safely, despite a good throw from Ariel that time. Jimenez now with her 3rd stolen base in the ball game. And now the game-winning, game-ending run, standing out at second base in scoring position with Vierik, who's got 2 hits and 3 at-bats up there at the plate. Martinez-Niero misses high. In her 9 appearances this year, 0-2 with a 10.90 ERA, 17 and a 3rd inning pitched. Freshman out of Covina. Derek tanks, and it's 2-1. This ball hit in the air towards center field. Anzalone will make the catch out in left center. Her throw to 3rd is not going to be in time to get Jimenez. So now 2 away. 2nd time in the inning, Vierik has flown out to center field, and now Brooke Petretti with a base hit ends the ball game here. 11-4 lead for Canyons. Takes up. That one right down the heart of the plate for a strike. 1-1. This one fouled away. They actually scored the Jimenez hit an error on the second baseman Mendoza, so 3 errors on Emma Mendoza in the inning. As Petretti hits one in the air to right, we will play a 6th inning here from Whitten Field. As Petretti flies out 11-4 in favor of Canyons. We go to the 6th. So defensive changes here for Canyons. Paige Pecor will go out into the right field. Gabby Wensley will go to third base. So you can scratch out Alvarez for the day. Canyons in that last inning, 8 runs on 4 hits, 3 errors, and 1 left on base. First pitch swinging here is Payne, and she grounds to second base. 1 away. So 1 down, Valerie Juarez, who's now the designated player. 0 for 1 today with a couple of fly balls to left field. Did drive and a run back in the first. Hits the first pitch towards Wensley, who makes the play on a soft line drive. 2 down, and Emma Mendoza coming to the plate. Canyons will send Pecor, or Diaz's spot, Alvarez's spot, and Akana Gonzalez to the plate. First pitch to Mendoza in for a strike. So this ball hit towards Petretti, and she can't come up with it. Is Mendoza aboard? So a 2-out base runner here.
Let's go, Mallory.
Score that an error on Petretti as well. Mallory Smith now up there fouls the first pitch away. Second error on Petretti in the ballgame. 2 errors now on Canyons, 4 on Glendale. Scratch at 5 on Glendale. This ball popped up. Jimenez having to drift over and make the play does. Both her and Vanoli going after it, but Jimenez comes up with it. A 1-out base runner on an error, but nothing else for Glendale. Still 4 runs for Glendale now on 7 hits. They've left 6 on base. We go to the home half of the 6th inning. Canyons 1 run away from trying to walk this ball game off, leading 11-4. So here's Paige Pecor. 225 on the year. 9 for 40. She faces Martinez Niero. Pecor, first appearance in 8 games against Ventura on Friday, went 0 for 2. Back-to-back games here for her. Fouls this one away, both coming off the bench. In her sophomore season out of West Ranch High School. Be one of the final home games for Paige Pecor coming up here. She'll have one more against Bakersfield on the 22nd. That'll be sophomore day. Canyons leading 11-4 here in the 6th inning. Pecor softly lines it foul down the third base line. One ball, 2 strike pitch. Misses down. Pecor able to work it all the way back to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swings and hits this one down the left field line, just foul. Again, Pecor right on it, but needs to straighten it out a little bit. Looking ahead for Glendale, should we get there, they'll send the top of the order to the plate in the 7th inning. Chasing 7 runs. Again, if we get there. Wait on a 3-2 again to Pecor. As Martinez Niero issues a walk. So the game-ending run aboard at first. There's Gabby Wensley, 3 for 16 on the year, has not had a lot of at-bats. Freshman out of Canyon High School standing in. Pecor at first base. Wensley takes the first pitch up and away. 2 balls and no strikes here to Wensley. Swings and lifts this one in the air to right field. Payne coming over will make the catch. And so 1 away. Here's Connie Gonzalez. Tripled in the 5th, came around to score as well. Did that with 2 strikes. Takes the called strike here. For Martinez, Niero has retired 3 of 4 she's faced so far. Has only given up the walk to Pecor. Canyon's trying to put a bow on this one. Gonzalez cannot check her swing, and it's 1-2. Skylar Vanoli gonna get a chance to hit once again. This one hit on the ground on the left side. That'll get through for a base hit. So Gonzalez has her 2nd hit of the ball game. Canyons with 2 aboard. Skylar Vanoli coming up with the walk-off run at second base in Pecor. Vanoli 0 for 2 today. Again, trying to work out of, it's been a rough month and a half. That one down in the dirt. Royal does a good job to keep it in front. Pecor in motion. And she's in at 3rd in time. Double steal for Canyons. So base hit finishes out the ball game here. Salpizo out to talk to Gabby Martinez-Niero. Deep fly ball from Vanoli finishes out the ball game. Glendale has basically moved everybody to the infield, essentially. Smith in left, standing the deepest. Anzalone in center, standing basically on the infield dirt. Same thing with Payne in right. As Vanoli takes. See them all in the screen here on the infield shot. So a deep fly ball certainly gets the job done. A base hit does as well. As Vanoli, a line shot goes off the glove of Pisa, and that is going to end the ball game. A base hit for Vanoli on a hot shot that goes off the glove of Pisa, in and out. Canyons will take it 12-4 as Pecor scores the walk-off run on a line shot from Skylar Vanole. And Canyons in the inning, 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, and technically you leave 1 on base. For Canyons, 12 runs on 10 hits. 5 Glendale errors in the ball game. 7 left on. For Glendale, 4 runs on 7 hits with 2 Canyons errors. And they left 6 on base. Akane Gonzalez gets the win. And for Glendale, Annalise Ruiz gets the loss. Game finishes out at 4:21 in the afternoon. So nearly a 2-hour ball game. 1 hour and 51 minutes. For Canyons, they move to 19 and 17. For Glendale, they fall to 12 and 23. The Cougars get to 6 and 4 in conference play. For Glendale, they lose for the 9th time in WSC-South play. That'll do it for us here today. We thank you for joining us. We hope you join us on Thursday, as we've got baseball upcoming on Thursday against Antelope Valley here on the channel. We hope you join us for that one. Have a good one, everybody.